Hello. Yes, I'm back. And I thought it's time we went back to magic school. As you can see, I'm illuminated in the background. So, without further ado, let's show you what our next build, our next set will be. So, without further ado, we are building Hogwarts Castle and grounds. This is an official Lego Harry Potter set. It is set number 76419. It contains, I'll even get my words out again, 2,660 pieces and is an 18 plus set. And if you look at that, I think it looks pretty good myself. I really do. I'm so looking forward to building this one. I'm a big Harry Potter fan. I've got loads of Harry Potter to come in the future. I've got some interesting mocks that I think if you like Harry Potter you'll be very interested. There's at least another two very similar to this. Not the same. Oh no, don't stop panicking about that. But you know, same sort of vein but different looking. But yeah, this is going to be an absolutely fabulous build. And I'm just going to move in a little bit now and turn the box around. So as you can see, on the sides we have Lego Harry Potter. And of course we have Harry, Hermione and Ron in their robes. Then on the back we have some more scenes. Sorry for the glare of my light bulb at the top. It shows you better detail at the back. Underneath with the rooms. We have the gold minifigure. And here we go. This looks a lot better. There's the Chamber of Secrets. Room of Keys, I think. The actual castle, how it looks when it's built. Picture of the castle. And then one of those like schematics, if you like, of the build. Looking very good. Back to the other side, which is just plain Lego. As you can see, this is unopened, totally and utterly brand new. I've just been waiting for the time to make it, and the time is now. So with further ado, let's get into the box. Let's get the bags out, get the instructions out and see what it's all about. Now I've just noticed while bagging my box up into where I put all my bags before I build, some nice decorative box art on the sides of the Lego box, which I'd missed earlier, but here I am. There's a nice over top view of looking down on the Lego model, miniature model of Hogwarts. And we also feature, as you can see there, the architect of Hogwarts, as in this gold style figure. And then we also have the, I cannot remember, but the coach with the lovely girls in, with the flying horses. That's also featured as well as the shipwreck. Bottom of the box, just normal plain Lego. Right, off we go. So guys, here we are with the opening of the box, and I just wanted to show you that, if you can see, it is absolutely brand new, sealed. I'll always tell you if one's open or not. And I know some we've got later, which I think is the astronomy tower, and the other one that slips my imagination, that is definitely used. So there you see, I have just this minute cut it open with my little crafting knife. And here we go. I've not seen this like you haven't seen it. So it's going to be packed full of bags, I can see. I wondered if there was a box. It doesn't look like it. It looks just like bags. So without further ado, I'll go into our bedroom and get all the bags out and see what we've got. So I'm going as far back as I can possibly go, otherwise I'd be out the window. And there, all the bags, all 22 bags. There's a flat plate and the instructions that you can see just at the top of the bed cover. I will quickly zoom in and just show you what we've got. there is the plates. There you got 1, 2, 3, that is 4, thank you, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and like I promised, our instructions are at the back as yet unopened. We'll get into them in a bit. I will have to open because I think there is stickers in this set, although as you know I build digitally. Still, on first look, as I'm looking at it now, they seem not too big a sections, which will be interesting to see whether we actually do them in individual parts or maybe we even combine a couple of parts, but we'll have a look as we get into the build. I don't like them too small, and on the other side I don't like them too big, so we'll find out as we build what I think and we'll take it from there. Right, next thing we've got to do then is look at the instructions and then we'll get on with the build. So I've just opened the plans book. Sorry for the bit of shadow being cast, not a lot I can do about that. As I say, I've just opened it. I'm going to be in my own shadow here. We have manual 1, manual 2, and there's nothing else in there. Right, so let's get out of the light, as they say. Terrible. So I don't know if you can see that well enough. We've got book 1, book 2. So let's get into the manual. I don't know if you can see, because of the bright glare, it does say 1 there. I take it the QR code will take us to the build plays if we need them. So we get into our normal plans as we do, and some nice pictures of Hogwarts, and like I say, the schematics of the building. Gentleman, I take it who designed it and built it. The upward shot, a tour of the school as we'll go through, and this is the bit that I wanted to show you. So book 1 is basically parts 1 to 11. Thereabouts, you can just about see it at the brightness. So the first book we are basically building, it's on a diagonal in the book. Basically building the actual ground, as in what the castle stands on and the foundations. The other 11 parts will be the castle itself and other little whatever we need to get to and do. So with that, I'm going to say I hope you're interested. I hope you like what you're seeing. I've been wanting to do another Harry Potter. I mean, if you remember the one that we did, I'll put a link to it in here. It was called A Bit of Daft, and it was the Hedwig at Privet Drive little Lego set that my wife had bought me for my birthday, which was lovely, by the way. So I wanted to do another Potter set. Like I say, there's plenty of Potter to come in the future. And I thought, well, what better to do than something interesting, and we'll do something like this, especially as there's a diagonal alley coming in this format next year, or so I've been told. Right, if you do like what you're seeing and what you're hearing, please give me a thumbs up, drop me some comments in the box as to if you think it's a good selection of set that I'm building, or whether you think I should have built something totally different. And if you want to follow me on my magical travels, as in the Hogwarts experience, then please click on that subscribe button. I'll be seeing you in the next video where we actually get on with the build. We'll start to crack on, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we should have part 1 done. My name's Kev, I'm Square Ghost, and I'll see you all on the flip side. So here we go. This is the start of part 1, and as you can see, bag number 1 of the Hogwarts Castle and Grounds set, and we're ready to go. We're ready to open the bag. I just thought I'd show you the bag like I normally do. It doesn't actually show you step by step, but that's what we're attaining to get to for the first book, which is the first 11 bags. With that, off I go. I'm going to open the bag. So here we go with our parts assortment for part 1, bag 1. And we've got some little light blue, I think, for the water around Hogwarts. Then we've got the little brown curves, which I know is going to be the Devil's Snare. And then snakes for the Chamber of Secrets. Then we've got some black plates and some black strips. Some dark grey, and I think you'll find that is Salazar even. Bits of orange and that, and brown and yellow green, tapioca colour on the sand, loads of grey, and that's your lot. And with that, I'm going to say, let's get building. So as we reach this early part of part 1, bag 1, there's a piece that I will read to you from the manual, and it states: the Devil's Snare keeps intruders from reaching the secret hiding place of the Philosopher's Stone. It thrives in dampness and darkness. If you get stuck, stay calm and open your curtains to let the sun in. So, if you remember, all our heroes get wrangled and stuck, and I think it's Hermione who, if I remember rightly, is the one who relaxes herself. She slides all the way down, then Harry, and then finally Ron. So there you go. There is your Devil's Snare. Very quickly again, just to say, as you can see there, the snakes are in and ready, and I know they'll be totally covered over. So you've seen the snakes. Carry on. So you get to build up the stone figure of Salazar Slytherin. Looking quite good, I must say so myself. I will just turn him around so you can just see all profiles before he goes in, and then of course you'll only get to see him, I think, in that fashion. That's how I think he sits once he's in the actual piece. And like I say, it's nice to just have a record to look back on after the build. So here we go. This is the completion of part 1, bag 1. Lovely little build, didn't take too long at all. Basically did the plate first, or some of the plate, little bit of a build up at the bottoms, and then we slowly but surely built our way up as you would. Not a lot to say. I will say this part here, and there's one the corresponding side, sorry for the fast turn, so it would be here. Until you actually connected it up, it was a little flimsy. So excuse me for the fast turn again. If you touched that before it was built on and rock solid, it came away on that little stud. But in saying that now, you can see it's solid, it all works, it's done. But that was just my experience. So it's been nice and quick, like I say, just the plating. Some of that like bronzy coloured, whatever you want to call it, one stutters. And there is the Devil's Snare again, once again up close, and another shot of Salazar Slytherin. You can just about see him, although it's very, very dark. I'm going to have to try and find a torch or something with the 2 grey snakes and the green snake. That's a nice shot there as well. So that was really, really interesting. It does say, as a matter of fact, And I'm again reading slightly off the screen, but it is part of the manual. In a final act of defiance, Salazar Slytherin constructed the Chamber of Secrets. A huge basilisk was bewitched to honour his true heir and bring ruthless destruction upon all Muggle-born. And for none of you who've watched Harry Potter, which I'm sure anybody who's watching this will be an Harry Potter fan, a Muggle is a person who does not have no magical history, doesn't use magic. So just a normal, everyday person. No such thing as normal, don't get me started. But with that, that is the end of the section. Like I say, nice and quick. If all the sections are this quick, we might double up, but we'll just see how we go before we carry on. If you like what you're seeing, please give us that thumbs up like you normally do. Drop us a comment in the box what you think of the actual part of the set. You know, the Devil's Snare. Is it big enough? Does it look prominent enough? Is the Chamber of Secrets fitting? You know, does it pop enough? Should there have been? I think if there had been some of the other sets like Funhole or somebody like that, there'd have been a light brick down there or something where it could be illuminated. I do truly believe that. But this is Lego and it is what it is. I'm not knocking it because it still is fantastic. Well, if you want to see us also continue on this Hogwarts Castle and Grounds set, please click on that subscribe button. This, along with the super sets that will be coming later on, I don't think anybody will be disappointed. And with that, you know my normal saying by now. My name is Kev. I am Square Ghost. And I'll see you all on the flip side. So here we go with part 2, bag number 2. Let's get on with that build. So here we are with the contents of bag 2 for part 2. Not that big again, if you can see. We've got some grey plates and stuff at the back, bits of white, that sandy colour, that bronzy colour, 2 different blues, oceany blue, sea blue, and then light blue, a little bit of red and orange, green, some fire for the fireplace, a bit of yellow, a bit of black, nice pink one there, and then your loads of grey, and then some slopey slopes. So that should be it. Let's get on with the build. So we've just reached this point in the build of putting the pillars in and just over the top there, and there's a little bit of reading again to do in the manual article which I work off, and it says the following: the winged key room was Professor Flitwick's clever construction as one of the obstacles the Hogwarts staff designed to protect the secret hiding place of the Philosopher's Stone, which, if you're a Potter fan, you all know that was the first book and the first film. Just thought I would keep it in. See you in a bit. So this is the chessboard, and if you remember, Ron has to play a massive game of chess in the film, and he sacrifices himself so as they can all win. Nice little simple build, you know, for the mini version, whatever you want to call this version, because it is quite a small one, as in the scale, as I'm on about, as in size. But yeah, there's your chessboard. Looks good to me. So we're going back to the chess room, and we've got another one of those passages in the build, which I will read and continue, and it says: the chessboard chamber is another obstacle protecting the Philosopher's Stone, one that required strategic skills, bravery and sacrifice. Ron fully deserved the 50 points he got for orchestrating his epic game, and that was so true. Right, let's go again. So here we go with another piece from the instruction book, and it says as follows: to understand the purpose of the mirror of Erised, you must read its inscription backwards. Erised stra eru ut ub Kathru Oik on Wuxi, and maybe add or delete a few spaces in the process. So the little bit of notepad and Kev framework, it reads as, is how not you face but your heart's desire. In other words, when you look into the mirror, whatever you desire, the mirror shows you, as it does in the film. So there you go. Off we go. So this is the completion of part 2, bag 2, and another lovely little build. Most enjoyable, I must admit. It takes smaller pieces, and I really do struggle a little bit with smaller pieces as I shake a little bit. We started off with the pillars here in this particular room here, and then we slowly built around adding another piece. We then built the chessboard, which is what I've said earlier, in the room, which looks absolutely fantastic, followed by the mirror of Esiad. Again, lovely little build, little room added on and done. We put another plate on the bottom here, added on here and built up as well. And then finally to boot, we've put the plating on the top. Like I say, these are lovely small sections. I mean, I think they're absolutely, for me anyway, like I say, it's difficult because in the old days I think the sections were way too big. Sometimes you can have them way too small. Now with this, they're maybe a little bit too small, but I'd rather have them like this than massive. So I'm one happy bunny at the moment. Anyway, that's the end of part 2, as I've said. If you like what you're doing, if you like what I'm doing, if you like what you're seeing, if you like the set, please give us a thumbs up, put some comments in that box, let me know what you actually think. And if you want to follow us on to the next step, which will be part 3 and things that come after, please click on that subscribe button. And with that, you know what's coming. My name is Kev. Look into that mirror. I am Square Ghost. I'll see you all on the flip side. So here we go. It's part 3, bag 3. So here we have the contents for part 3, bag 3, and just a quick whiz here, that beige, that lovely yellow, 2 little pink circly things, woohoo! That light blue for the water again, that orange, red, greens, bit of blue, a lot of grey, some plates, and then we have our normal slopes, and some black, whatever you want to call them. Let's go. So as we come to the conclusion of part 3, bag 3, before I just go into the little review at the end, I will say there's another one of those statements that's come up on my screen, and it says, if muggles should accidentally come across the Hogwarts grounds, the castle will look like an abandoned ruin, and warning signs will discourage them from exploring the site further. So without further ado, what have we done today? Well, we've added little plates here. They come towards the end, and then we've slowly but surely built up this facade. We've also brought plates across, as you can see here. They came first, and then we finished off with this orange barrage of whatever. No problems, nice and steady, not too many bricks in the bag, just about the right size if I'm honest. Liking the little bits of blue for the water, that'll be good. I don't know if this is where the boathouse will fit on later, we'll have to wait and see for that. And you can see the rocky outline of the Hogwarts foundations, which is quite good. With that, as they say, it's short and sweet. If you like what I'm doing, please click that thumbs up button, don't be afraid to comment in the box what you think. It's looking real good, I think, at the moment. I really quite enjoyable, quite moving along quite quickly, which is quite unusual for me. And if you want to follow us with the next bag, with the next step forward in this build, please click on that subscribe button. And of course, we've got some nice things coming up in the future. More Potter, more Star Wars, more Lord of the Rings, more mocks. We've got some interesting mocks to come later, I'll tell you. Yeah, more modulars. So we will just have to wait and see. And with that, you know what's coming. My name is Kev. I am Square Ghost, and I'll see you all on the flip side. So here we go. We have part 4, bag number 4. So here are the contents for part 4, bag 4. And we've got the same usual one black plate, so we're going to be doing another section. Bits of grey, that olive green, a little bit of brown, some bright colours there. Look at that, red, blue, orange, yellow. Then we've got those bluey, watery sea tiles, that sandy colour, and then your usual loads of grey slopes, bit of black bordering. I will show you that, which I think is nice. The Hogwarts castle, that's the border that's going to be put on. So with that, let's get on with the build. So I've just noticed that I didn't put it on the last little video, that we are going to use this 16 by 16 square plate, which will be fitting on there, I believe. Right, let's build those bricks. So we're back to that time again where we're getting a bit more information from the instructions, and it's about this little bit here, and it basically says many of the castle's secrets are still mysteries to the wizarding world. Even Albus Dumbledore never knew everything about the construction or design. So it's quite interesting, isn't it? You don't really realise how old the castle is. So here we are again at the end of the build of part 4, and again it's been absolutely amazing, no problems with it. So we started off by adding the big plate here. Like I said, I showed you in the initial off, which I missed out completely. It was in the box. Once connected, we then went back to more building here, but I went about base wise, underneath and over. I'll turn it around slightly, as I've not managed to get the lazy Susan. Some interesting techniques here with a little arch here, and then there's a brown one on the other side. I meant to make a little video, actually, be truthful, I totally and utterly forgot, which is totally my fault. But it was nice because it looked a bit awkward and feeble, but in fact once the stalk went over and held it in place, it took away all the, not that it was wobbly, but like it was just on the one strut, if you know what I'm trying to say, and everything was absolutely hunky-dory and perfect again. And then, like I say, once everything was in place, the cross beams were in place, it was a matter really of building up the plates. The water section was added a little bit earlier, again, like, and then we laid the plates on top, as you see. Very, very interesting, very quite quick builds again. I must admit, I'm really enjoying it, actually, how fast the bags are going. I mean, okay, the bags aren't massive, like I've said, but it's been a very quick turnover, and I think it's, I don't know what I was expecting. Somehow I thought with the cliffs and stuff like that, I thought it would be a bit of a drag, a bit of a slow build, but far from it. It's gone really, really quickly. I'm really, really happy. So with that, you know what I'm going to say. If you like what I'm doing, please give us that thumbs up. If you would like to make a little comment in the box, it's always appreciated. You know, what do you think of the architecture? What do you think of how it looks? Does it look like a cliff face, or does it just look like plastic bricks? I suppose it'll be better once you get the full look of the entire set once it's made, but we've got a long way to go for that. There's 22 steps in total and we've only done 4. And like I say, if you want to see the following steps, which I hope you do, and what comes later on, please click on that subscribe button. And with that, I will just say thank you once again for watching. I do appreciate all you guys out there who've taken the time just to have a look, and especially, you know, the people who drop the comments, and you know where they are. I'm not even going to name drop. I do appreciate it. I really do. I want more people to make comments, and if I can make it get any better, you know what to do. Just put it down and I'll see if I can put it into practice. My name is Kev. I am Square Ghost, and I'll see you all on the flip side. Right, so we're about to start part 5, bag number 5. So here we are with the contents of part 5, bag number 5. And again, it just seems nice and small again, you know, some of that sandy coloured bricksies, that little green, light green, the darker green, bit of the sea blue again, bit of orange, then you got that funny green, that, I don't know what you want to call that green, and then of course your usual run-of-the-mill grey. But no plates, very unusual. Let's see how we go. So as we come to the conclusion of bag number 5, part 5, I thought there is a little bit of reading again right at the end of the construction, and it says the 4 houses represented bravery and determination, in brackets Gryffindor, wisdom and wit, Ravenclaw, in brackets, loyalty and dedication, Hufflepuff, in brackets, and the values of being ambitious and cunning, Slytherin, in brackets. So those were the 4 houses. But here we are back with the build, and you can see that we've basically slowly but surely come across again and built up nice and steadily. With the slopes here and here, we're starting to come across to build, to fill gaps. We've put another strut here. We've started to build and fill out with the green. Look at the path. Get my finger out of the way. You can see how the path will run towards the buildings. And then we've got that little arch with, I think it's a staircase, if that's what it's going to be, which will be actually into wherever it goes. Blue, look for the stream or rivers or whichever way you want to see it. It's nice, it's solid, it's not going anywhere, and I am well chuffed. It is looking as it should, if you know what I mean. Now just look at that there with the green. That gives you a nice shot of the top. Turn around without the lazy Susan. That way is there, and you can see now with everything else, it is starting to take shape nicely. We're nearly halfway through book 1, and if you like what you're seeing here, if you like what you're listening to, please give them that thumbs up like I always ask you, and drop a few comments there what you think of the build and all that, blah blah blah. And also, if you want to follow us on this journey to the completion of this set, or even just on to bag number 6 next time, part 6, then click on that subscribe button and see where it takes us. And with that, let's just say, my name is Kev. I am Square Ghost, and I'll see you all on the flip side. Bag number 6, part 6. So this is the contents to bag number 6, part 6. We have them a little few light blues, look, that funny tapioca colour, olive green, some plates, the multicolours, more plates, bit of white, and then our random grey. So not too much to do really. Let's get on with that build. So again, I thought I'd just show you, we've started part 6, bag 6, and what we've basically done is added this plate here, that plate, a 2x6, and then the 1x6 pink. The only reason I'm showing you these base plates that have been added is I know they are going to be covered. So I wanted you to see what we started with, and then you'll see what we finish with later. I think I forgot to point this out earlier, but there's some overly printed 1x1 bricks, like of a sort of archy, windery type brick. Now, I'm sure I didn't point these out last time. There's another one the same as I've just showed you, and then we've got this, if I can get in close enough, I don't know if it's actually sharp enough, that's a bit better, and it looks like bottles, potions, whatever. I'm sure there'll be some writing about it after. I just wanted to give you a close-up now before anything else happens. Right, off we go. So here are those printed bricks as I showed you before, and I just wanted you to get a nice closer look before we put them in. I'm assuming this is the potions room. I'm only guessing for now. I'm sure it'll come up in the later pages, but I just wanted you to have a look just in case we can't get that close again. I was right, and there is a write-up in the build instructions, and this is what it says. Please use shaky cam if it gets a bit too rough for you. It says muggles may be tempted to brew their own potions, but risk disappointment or worse with the results. Only witches or wizards even can conjure the necessary magic required for successful elixirs. So it is indeed the potions room. Excellent. And that is the conclusion of part 6, bag 6, with the potions room fitted and the last little plate, but we'll take you through it as we did. As I told you before, we underplated this section first, and then we started to add this section here all the way down with the greens. After that, some more little greens here. The path was already laid, but we did some more. Then we started this mid section here and here. Excuse my big finger in the way. We then went to this section here. We built up a little bit here. This section here, there was none of this then, and then finally we built up, if I'm out of the shower, the potions room. Squeeze that together a bit, that's better. So we built up the potions room as I showed you, fitted it, and then we had another plate here that fitted on there. We fitted bits to the top to make sure it fits okie dokie, and that really is the lot of the build. Like I say, not nice, concise, lovely printed tiles of potions, which I've showed you before, with the windows in the background, which I think's really good. I think that looks really good, and you can see I like how it does reflect on the 1x1 tiles at the bottom. I think that's a nice effect, and even if it's just my lights, I really like that. Didn't take me that long to put up. The sorting was pretty good. Getting out of the shadow, I want to get out of the shadow. You can see now how the plate's coming on. I would say in the next section we will probably finish this section part off here, and then finish everything off. I think it's by bag 11, so we've got quite a few bags to go before the actual ground part is completely done, ready for the castle works for bag 2. If you like what I'm doing, please give me that thumbs up. Like I say, don't be afraid to comment in the box. You can comment on anything you like. And if you want to follow us on this journey to bigger and better things, even though the potions room is in the dark, as we say, you know, please click on that subscribe button. It's been a really good time. I've really enjoyed myself with this build so far. A lot better than I thought I would do. I thought I'd struggle with the small pieces, but fingers crossed I've not done too bad so far. So with that, I'm going to call it a day, as they say. My name's Kev. I am Square Ghost, and I'm going to see you all on the flip side. Part number 7, bag number 7. So here we have our contents for part 7, bag 7, and it's your usual, that sandy colour, the olive green, 2 dark greens, a bit of orange, yellow, red, dark blue, lighter blue, and some sea blocks or lake blocks. Nice green, white, 1 plate, plenty of grey. So I think we will be adding a final plate section to the build. And with that, let's get on with that build. Right, just as we're building this little step here, I'm just putting in, there's another piece of information for me to give you on the plans as we build. So here we go. And it says, according to legend, it was Rowena Ravenclaw who named the castle Hogwarts, after dreaming of a warty hog that led her to the perfect location. This has never been confirmed. On we go. So here is the completion of part 7, bag 7, and it really is a fruition of building up this entire section. So we sort of built up an underlay, and then slowly but surely put the slopes on both sides, big slopes, small slopes, the build up here and here. We've also added some fortification here and here, which I think will obviously be some suspense mechanism for part of the castle, maybe, I don't know. And again here, extra plate here, which really brings it out. As I zoom out now, you can see the plate finishes here, so we must have that far to go. So it's bigger than I thought, which is an interesting thing. No real problems. I think the worst thing I had was a slope down here, which you can't see now. You couldn't see which way it had to point. So it looked to me if it was pointing that way, but in actual fact it was pointing that way and down. And once I'd worked that out, it fitted in correctly and everything built on top okay. So I know I got the piecing correctly, but the plans could have showed it a little bit easier. Nice quick build again, not that many parts, nice number of parts actually. I mean, I'm enjoying the actual number of parts, and you know, it's big enough for me. It's big enough, and the build's good enough, and it's not too much, it's not over phasing, and it's enjoyable. And I'm quite sure once the plate's finished, I think the castle build will be just as good. So with that little bit, I hope you like what you're seeing here, and if you are, please give us a thumbs up and drop a few comments in the box with whatever you like. And if you want to see the conclusion of this build, I mean, I know there's a lot of steps to go, but if you want to follow us on this path, please click that subscribe button. And with that, as you know, or you should do by now, my name is Kev. I am Square Ghost. I'll see you all on the flip side. Part number 8, bag 8. So once again, here we have all the contents for part 8, bag number 8. Let's get into it nice and quickly. Some sand, some little browns, some of that olive green, the light lighter green, the darker green, blues, reds, yellows, some seawater pieces, black border pieces. So we're definitely putting 2 plates on again, or at least 1 plate. I think maybe 2. Then we have our normal greys and slopes. So with that, without further ado, let's get on with the build. So we're building up this piece of the rocky parts of the castle, as you can see, with the grates. And we've had a couple of problems where I've jury-rigged it because I don't think it's right. If it's wrong, I will come back later and say. To get the right height of this, I've had to put a 2x1 flat there and 1 on another angle there. So basically what I've done is added 1 of those twice to get the height. Now whether that's right or not, we'll wait and see, but everything is looking height-wise right as I speak. There is a piece of information that I will read to you as it says in the instruction book, and here we go. Though the 4 founders were long-time friends, Salazar Slytherin had a deep mistrust of Muggles, which eventually led him to abandon the school and his 3 partners in magic. So let's see if I've done the right thing. So there we go, that is the conclusion of part 8, bag 8, and we have indeed built up this lovely little section here with a little, I don't know if it's pathway or whatever it's going to be. Enjoyable, interesting, and it looks like I did definitely use the right parts. There you can see the one I added there. And I think you'll find it's the one there as well that I added. It doesn't actually say to add in the book, or I couldn't see it unless I've missed it, which I don't think I have. But nevertheless, everything's married up, it's level, it's right, and hunky-dory. We did put this plate on first. We added the waters and stuff like that so as it fitted the underlay, and then we built up to it. It's looking quite good, apart from there was 2 little bits that I've added myself there. No problems with the build. Quite steady, quite stable, didn't take me too long to make, and I'm ready for the next one. So if you like what I'm doing, please just give us that thumbs up, just click on that button, drop a comment in the box if you want it, and if you want to follow us on this journey and see the following parts that help make up the grounds and then the eventual build of the castle, please click on that subscribe button. And with that, I will just say, my name is Kev, I am Square Ghost, and I'll see you all on the flip side. Part 9, bag number 9. So here we are again with the contents of part 9, bag 9, and we're very quickly here just going the olive green, that sandy colour, some more cheesy slab grills, that light green, bits of red, light blue, yellow, some plates, lots of plates, so we should be filling in, I hope. And then there's lots of greys, bit of white, and of course just a few slopes. So with that, let's crack on. So here we are at continuing part number 9, and we have one of those information things that comes up every now and again, and here we go. It says Helga Hufflepuff was famous for her culinary charms and spells, and many of her delicious recipes are still served at school feasts. There you go, on with the build. So I'm just showing you again, we've built up this section here and all the way around, and we're now about to apply that plate to that section, and then you won't see the undercover workings of that again. There you go. So here we have the completion of part 9, or is it part? Yes, part 9, bag 9. and it's been quite an interesting build. We've got it together, we've had no real problems. We're sussing out where certain parts go, but nothing unusual there. We continue to build up here. We had more plates in here, and then of course after we've done the foundations we put the plate on the top, which is good, which is going to be the main hall foundation, I believe. I could be wrong about that, I'm only guessing, but there you go. We then built up this little stuttery path with the sort of bronze sloped grills, which I think is looking really nice. And as you can see, it's looking really foundation-y. I love there the water looks, you know, I mean, there's little bits left here that we've got to add to, but other than that, it's done, it's dusted, and it's looking absolutely fantastic. Not a lot to the build really, just as you would with normal Lego, I suppose, follow the instructions, but it's quite solid. It's everything seems to fit together, then there's something on top and layered, and it's placed in such a way that it gives it that stability, which is obviously what you need for this build. I'm assuming once the other plates do go on, if whatever we've got left, and then the castle again, it's going to be even more rock solid and stable. And with that, the normal things again is, if you like what I'm doing and what you can see, please give us that thumbs up, it really helps, and drop us a comment in the box what you think. And if you want to follow us on to bag 10 and beyond and see how it does finish up, how it does look, and see whether my build has done the set justice, please click on that subscribe button. And with that, I'm going to use my usual ending credit, as they say. My name is Kev. I am Square Ghost, and I'll see you all on that flip side. Part 10, bag number 10. So here we go again. This is the contents for bag 10, part 10. Green, some clear, we got that pathway again, that bronzy coloured, that lovely sea blue, black plate there, black, you know, we got that sand colour, and then we've got a few grey slopes, bit of grey, and then a little bit of black, and that's your lot. Let's get on with the build. So we have another one of those pieces of information again. Here we go. The legacy of Godric Gryffindor lives on in the sorting hat, a solution to how students would be fairly sorted into their houses. So I just thought I would tell you that. So that is the completion of part 10, bag 10, and a lovely build it was. But before I go into that little mini review of this build, of this section, I'm going to read you one of those information bites that they put in the manual and on the digital plans. Here we go. So it says, every year on the 1st of September, enchanted boats carry new first-year students from where they leave the Hogwarts Express at Hogsmeade Station, across the Black Lake, where they arrive at the Hogwarts Boathouse. So the actual last build of this set is the Hogwarts Boathouse, and I'm going to leave that in because I thought that was quite funny. Hogwarts Boathouse. But let's get where we actually did first. Before we get to the boathouse, we added on our final 2 plates here, joined everything up, which is lovely, and then we did a bit more down the arches here. We had that more, added more to the path, and we made sure we shored up with some green, some floor plates here onto it. Little bits of blue was added here and there, mainly down here and a little bit, and then for the last thing of the build, as I just said, we did the Hogwarts boathouse, where the students are dropped off from their first year. They come across in the boats with Hagrid. If you've seen the film, I hope that's not a spoiler. And that's where they go to. It's a nice little build. Remembering this is like a sort of miniature build, a mini build. It's just enough to say there is the boathouse, and then from that hopefully we will grow into, and you can see it's coming along quite nicely now. So bag number 11 is coming, and that is the end of the floor, the actual base construction if you like. So we've not done bad at all, and it's been really good. And with that, if you like what you're doing, if you like what I'm doing and what you're seeing, please give us that thumbs up like I always ask you. Drop a comment in the box. What do you think of the boathouse? Is it just a few bricks cobbled together, or does it actually, you know, give a bit of credence to the actual set? Does it show at least there's a landmark or something to show where the boats would dock at the castle? So, you know, I'm open to all answers. And again, like I said, we got one more bag left before the end of book 1, before castle construction. And if you want to follow us on this journey, on this and other things to come in the future, please just click on that subscribe button. It's been a marvellous journey so far. I've enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would, to be honest. And I'd just like to say, anybody who's still here, anybody who's listening and still watching, thank you very much for following us, or following me I should say, along this build path. And with that, you know what I'm going to say? I'm like a repeating robot. My name's Kev, I am Square Ghost, and I'll see you all on the flip side. Part 11, Bag 11. Hello, and this is what we have got, the contents for part 11, bag 11. We've got some lovely, a bit deeper blue for the sea around Hogwarts. Then we've got a little bit of that light sand colour, some clear grass, some of that olivey green. We've got another little, you know, that funny like bronzy colour copper, whatever you want to call it, colour with a slopey there. One white with the hooky claw thing, as I call it. And that is it. And that will be the end of bag 11 and the end of book 1. So without further ado, let's crack on. So what we've just done is finished off all the sea surrounding Hogwarts. Can you see the difference in the blues, the dark blue and the light blue? The same there. Really great effect, I think. Really good. I'm really impressed. They're really good. While I'm here, there's another one of those information things that comes with the build book instructions, so I'm going to read from that book again just so as you won't miss out. And it's this: recreational activities in and around Black Lake are usually discouraged unless you are on good terms with the Grindylows. This model, however, should be safe for witches, wizards and muggles alike. So in theory, if we play with it or when we look at it, we should be okay. So here it is, finally the completion of part 11, bag 11, and we have now completed book 1, which is the actual ground part, if you like, before the castle is put on, the proper foundations of the hill. I'm just doing a quick spin just to show, and then I will go through what we've done in this section and then just a quick look back at the rest. So we started off this section with filling in with the dark blues again, which was lovely, and then we went up top and we started to do some more greens. We put the black square in for the tower, I believe. Some more work here for the greens. More of a beige path there, if you can see, like up from the steps. there like that. We also did the little semicircle plus the one stutter, and you can honestly look at that and say, well, it's looking really, really good. And I mean, I am going to zoom in on the Hogwarts castle. I don't think I did before, and I should have. And what the hell? It just goes to show what we've got. The builds are quite good. It's the bags, like I say, they're not absolutely massive, so they're a good size to build. Maybe a few more bricks if I'm being really picky finicky, but no, I'm really, really pleased with how they are. I mean, it allows you to do 1 or 2 or 3 bags or however long you're allowed to build for, you know, whatever time that you can fit in and do it yourself. So like I say, the actual base plate building of the sea part, or the lake, or whichever you want to call it, I think it is a lake and not a sea, very, very therapeutic. I mean, anybody who knows me, most of you know who subscribe to or who have watched, I do like base plate building. I think it's really, really relaxing and fun, and so I really enjoyed putting the sea parts together. It's been real joy to be. I've enjoyed it far more, to be honest, than I actually thought I would. I mean, I was a little bit worried about how small the parts were going to be, being as this is like a sort of miniature, you know, thing of the castle and the grounds and stuff like this. I don't know if miniature is the right word, but you know what I'm trying to say. It's a smaller version. And it hasn't. Everything's gone to pot. I've had no problems with it. Maybe a couple of little. Does this go there? Does this go there? With the digital plans, but again, that's as much me as the plans. So you can't knock there. We have the 3 rooms like I showed last time. You know, with potions class. Then we have the mirror of Erisad. We have the chess room and the room of keys. Then we have the snare, and of course the chamber of secrets. And unfortunately it's too dark, you can't see Salazar Slytherin's head. Oh, you can. Oh, well done for the camera. But as a whole, like I say, it's been really, really good. The size of sections, I know I'm going back and repeating myself, it's very, very good. It's very, very interesting, and like I say, for me, I'm giving it a complete thumbs up so far. No problems, no regrets, nothing. So with that, I'm going to say, obviously, if you like what you've seen, if you like what I'm saying, hopefully, and what I'm doing, please give this that thumbs up. Drop a few comments. What do you think of the base plate? What do you think of the foundation of the castle? You know, what do we like the sea? Do we like the lake even? You know, the multicoloured light blue, dark blue, like to give the image of some sort of depth. What do we think of that? You know, we had the boathouse. Was it the section before, which again, super duper. I will try and stand up and give you that's better, a sort of look from the top, so as you can see. And if you also want to follow us on this journey and see the castle grow now from the ground, you know, the next 11 bags is exactly that, and hopefully it's going to look as good as it does now and be as enjoyable as a build, excuse me, as this was. So with that, you know what I'm going to say. Thank you for watching. My name is Kev. I am Square Ghost, and I'll see you all on the flip side. Bag number 12, part 12. So here is the contents of bag number 12, and as you know, it's the start of book 2 and the beginning, hopefully, of the castle build. We have that olive green, some grey bits, light and dark, a few colours. We have that, whatever you want to call it, brassy copper colour, brass I'd call it. The sand colour of the castle, some hookies, and you've got to say it's not like a really big section, so I'm really looking forward now to cracking on with the castle build. Here we go. So this is the completion of part 12 bag 12, just a small one really, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be part 1 of 2 parts of the construction of the Great Hall and around the Great Hall. And you can see the columns. I'm taking the greys of the windows, got a little bit of roof there. I mean, nice little build, no problems with it. The little claw things on top holding the pillars in place. Really enjoyable. Like I say, a very small build. Very enjoyable. Can't say that I didn't like it. And there's not a lot more to say really. We just built up the plate afterwards with this, whatever colour you want to call it, with the bits of green. Built this piece first, built this piece second, fitted them together, and then we just finished off with the top bits. Done and dusted. Printed tile of the door, and you can just about see the nice little colour marks on the door. Sorry if I shake your cam. But yeah, there you go. Looking very good to me. And with that, if you like what I'm doing and like what I'm seeing, please give us that thumbs up. Don't forget to comment in that box. Let us know what you think now of the beginning of the castle build, and especially the main part of the castle really, which is the Great Hall. And if you want to see the completion of the Great Hall tomorrow, and then what else follows in this wonderful set, then please click on that subscribe button. Looking forward to the rest of this build, and I'm also looking forward to what comes after. I wonder what it will be. You might get a clue if you keep watching as we go through slowly, bag by bag, to the end of Hogwarts Castle and Grounds. My name is Kev. I am Square Ghost, and I'll see you all on the flip side. Part 13, bag 13. So here is the contents for part number 13, bag 13. We have some little trees and a bubbly green thing, ochre coloured brown, some sandy coloured tiles, bits of black, bits of grey, 2 nice printed tiles, one's a clock, one's a window, some poles, and some light grey. Let's get on with the build. So we have another one of those little pieces of information as we're building along the Great Hall, and the information is as follows. The ceiling in the Great Hall can be enchanted to mimic the night sky. Right, off we go again. We have another piece of information from the build instructions, so here goes. Immediately after arriving at Hogwarts, 5-year students are shown to the Great Hall, where the sorting hat determines which house will be their home away from home. So that's the way it is. So we've just added the so-called trees, and we have another fact, and here we go. It says the trees are built with Lego, crystal and ice cream elements and a little magic. There you go. So we've just made this little viaduct bridge, or so that's what they call it. We'll install it now to the set, and then we'll have another fun fact to share with you. So here we go. The viaduct bridge is not only iconic to the Hogwarts silhouette, but is also a central location during the Battle of Hogwarts, when Professor McGonagall enchants the suits of armour to do their duty to the school by protecting everyone inside. They head towards the bridge. It is also the setting for a key moment during the first task of the Triwizard Tournament, when the Hungarian Horntail soars underneath it to chase Harry. So I hope you enjoyed that little bit. So here we are with the conclusion of bag 13. And basically what happened with bag 13 was we continued with the Great Hall build, and we just did basically the second floor plus the spires. Another nice printed tile there, which I think is a clock. But like I say, there's no stickers in this set, so it looks really, really nice. Fits on lovely like a pug on a rug, as they say. And it's looking quite good at the moment, if I do say so myself. Another printed tile at the back, which is a door in, if I think my memory serves me correctly. And you can just see the amount of work that's gone into, you know, putting this together. Once the tower was completed and installed, it was then time for the viaduct, which is right there in the foreground. And that looks quite good, to be honest. I think from that angle and looking down on it like that, absolutely really, really good. No problems with the build, no problems with the bricks. Just make sure that you push these little things up so they don't fall off. Other than that, that's fine. And then, like I just said in the last little section there, we've got these crystal things and the ice cream things for the trees and, is it fornication? Absolutely super duper duper. And we're going to plod on to the next bag, which will be part 14, bag 14. But before I do that, if you like what you see here, please give us a thumbs up and press that like button for us if you don't mind. And any comments you want to make, just drop in the comments section. And if you want to follow us to the conclusion of this set and beyond, and you want to see how Hogwarts transpires into a bigger set, please click on that subscribe button. And with that, I'll let you all go until next time. My name is Kev. I am Square Ghost. I'll see you all on the flip side. Part 14, bag 14. So here we have the contents to part 14, bag 14, and it's your normal run-of-the-mill, that brownie, light brownie, whatever you want to call it, bronzy colour, blue plate, another one of those ice cream things, another tree, loads of sandy colour, so I'm guessing there's some buildings coming up, and a little bit of grey. On with the build. So I've just paused in the building of part 14 for a minute, and there's one of those information bits on my screen, so here goes. It's only a small one. The Quad Court is an outdoor meeting space for students nestled near the clock tower. So I assume the thing next to it will be the clock tower. So here we are again with the completion of part 14, bag 14. And basically what we've built up here is a little bit of a tower that's coming up, I believe, and the area that is called the quad. And you can see quite down there, it's looked at. Nice little build really. We built up these nice little side pieces individually, the three of them, then they slot into position. We then built up this little entrance, little tower here with the little sloping roof, which was nice. We then built up the beginnings of the tower, and then finally, to finish this off, we built this little section here with little things stuck out, little platform, and that was that. Really, really good, really enjoyable, really quick. Nothing bad to say about it. I will turn it round and let you see it. You've got another entrance there if you look from there, and you can see into the quad, which is really, really nice. Oh yes, and we also put in 2 more plants while I think about it. If you like what I'm doing, please just click that like button, and if you've got any comments to say about the build or me, just drop them in the comments box, please. And if you want to follow us on the next exciting section of this Hogwarts Castle and Grounds build, just click on that subscribe button. And with that, my name's Kev. I am Square Ghost, and I'll see you all on the flip side. Part 15, bag 15. Okay, here we go with part 15, bag 15. And you can see here that we've got our usual bit of that brownie colour, that tapioca colour, some grey for the roofs and the spires. We've got our sandy coloured bricks for the building itself, and that's mainly it really. So with that, let's get on with the build. So we've just built up this little tower, and on our build plans we have another little bit of information which I'm going to share with you now. And it says, the office of Albus Dumbledore, the small towers on the main tower, is built with a Lego telescope element. So there you go. So the last tower's been put on, and just before I do this little mini review of this part, there's another little piece of information that is on our build instructions that I'm going to relay to you now. So here we go. You wouldn't think the sprouting towers on the Headmaster's Tower could be architecturally sustainable structure. But of course, at Hogwarts, everything is possible. So what did we do with this actual section? We continued the build-up of the quad, which was nice towers and and everything, and it looks absolutely super. We built up the little bridge part there across the bottom. You can see that there, I hope. And then we went to this tower section here. We had to build it up nice and slowly, and you can see the actual height of it now. It looks good. It is Dumbledore's office is up there somewhere, or so I've been reliably told or read, and it looks absolutely awesome, doesn't it? Worthy you note the little spires there, looking absolutely fantastic. Really, really nice little addition for it to look, as close to the pictures of what Hogwarts looks like or depicted in the book. Same here with these towers here, exactly the same sort of thing. So we're moving along quite nicely at the moment. Really, really good, really, really enjoying it. If you like what you're seeing, like what you're hearing, please give us that thumbs up. And don't forget to drop us a comment. What do you think of the build? What do you think of the quality? What do you think of the actual look of the set? Could it have been better? Is it big enough? Is it too small? I don't know. You tell me. I mean, I think it's okay for what it is, but I'm open to hear anybody else's opinion. It's not saying we're going to agree. You might not agree with a lot of what I say. It's a free world, as I say, free world. And if you want to follow us on this journey to the next part, which will be part 16, I believe, and we'll see the next part of Hogwarts come together, then please click on that subscribe button. And with that, you know what I'm going to say. My name is Kev. I am Square Ghost, and I'll see you all on the flip side. Part 16, bag number 16. So here we have the contents of part 16, bag 16. Not that many more buildings. I think it's going to be another, perhaps another tower maybe. We've got plenty of this sand coloured stuff for castle building. It shouldn't take us long, I hope. Right, let's get on with it. So as we come to the completion of bag 16, part 16, we have another one of those information things in the build plans, and it says as follows. The girls' lavatories are located in this part of the castle. Maybe Moaning Myrtle will stop by as you build. Just watch out for trolls. And there's some nice little printed bricks there, and a big tile, and everything looks hunky-dory, doesn't it? It was a nice build, to be totally honest. This little, we first of all built the main building structure here. Didn't take that long. You can obviously see the sides, the little doors. I think there's a lot of attention to detail, and it's a lovely solid little build. It presses into the plate afterwards. Sorry about the shadow, didn't mean that. Once the building's on, then you start doing your spires and the little roof with the slopes and that. Very, very good, very, very easy, no problems at all, and it's looking fantastic. And I must admit that whoever the guy is who's put this together, to say this has come out of somebody's head, they put it down on paper and then, you know, use the program to actually make it, is amazing. And again, touch wood, with so many sections to go, no problems so far, and long may it remain that way. Anyway, that's the end of this section. Not a lot to say, as I say, because it was a fairly small section. Let me just say straight off the bat that if you like what I'm doing, if you like what I'm seeing, please click that thumbs up, give us a like, put some comments in the box. What do you think of the quality of the set? How do you think the set looks? You know, and I know I've said it in previous sections. Should it have been bigger? You know, could you make it even smaller? I don't think you could really, in my opinion, but you know, it's not just about my opinion, it's about the fans of Lego, the fans of Harry Potter, fans of Hogwarts. Just drop me down if you want anything to say. And if you want to follow us to and onward to the next step, which will be bag 17, section 17, part 17 even, please just click on that subscribe button. And with that, I think you know what I'm going to say. My name is Kev. I am Square Ghost, and I'll see you all on the flip side. Part 17, bag 17. So we're on part 17, bag 17, contents. Doesn't look that big, does it? A little bit of whites, greens, blacks, greys. Majority again is this sandstone colour. That's definitely going to be for another part of a building, and I'm guessing that that will be for roofing once again. While I'm here, we've got those nice printed windows again, printed windows, and if it's in focus enough, a printed door. So very nice. Let's get on with the build. So here we are with the completion of part 17, bag 17, and what a lovely little thing to do again, to build. Absolutely really joyous. So carrying on from the last build where we did this section here, we then build up this connecting piece again with the printed windows for the bricks. Sorry for the shadow, me shining in the way. Nice roofing slopes again. Don't worry, I'll come to the other building in a moment. And exactly the same the other side with the slopes. Nice work of the grills there to give a certain effect, and then you've got the windows. Once that's built up nice and solid, fits into the hole provided on the plate that we'd made earlier, and then we build this section here. Only a miniature build, as you can see. Build it up like on a 2x6 or a 2x8 it could even be. That is a 2x6, and it just fits in absolutely perfectly, as you know it's going to do. Printed tiles, the little ones are printed bricks, and it does give it that air of, what's the word I'm looking for? You know, it might be a miniature, but it looks impressive, and it does look impressive. I've really enjoyed the build. It's been no problems with it at all. Plans have been okay. There is one little thing about the plans that I haven't actually shared with anybody, but not that I think it matters, and I don't even know if it's just on the digital platform plans, I don't know. Any sand coloured just one tile, one by one, as in the little square ones, they just show up as a nothing, as a blank on the plans. So it doesn't actually tell you what you're actually putting on. So it'll say 2 times and then you don't know. But when you examine the picture underneath, that's when you find out that it is a 1x1 tile. But that's the only gripe really, nothing that's really spectacular or special. And it really does look, I don't think you can fault any of that. Now I've got it actually in focus, and I'm going nice and steady just to categorise, really to catalogue for myself as well as everybody else, so I can look back in years to come and say, you know what, I built that. And with that, if you like what I'm doing, please give us a thumbs up. If you've got any comments about the build or my performance, I can take it. I can take criticism that's earned, and I'm still here to learn. So if you can think of me doing things better, any ways of doing things better, please by all means tell me. I know my lighting still needs to be sorted out. I have not forgot. And if you want to follow us on to the conclusion of this set, well, the next step I should say, not the conclusion of the set, because we've got 5 bags left I think, click on that subscribe button. With that, thank you very much. My name's Kev, I'm Square Ghost, and I'll see you all on the flip side. Part 18, bag 18. So here we have the contents for part 18, bag 18. Not that many again, a little bit of light grey, that funny brownish tapioca colour, some grey spires, some roof tiley things, some little spires, plenty of this sandy colour for building bricks, some grids, and some of them circly pipe things. And with that, let's crack on. So just completed bag 18, part 18. We have another one of our snippets of information which I shall read out to you now. And it says as follows: no matter what a Hogwarts student's favourite subjects are, they will likely spend a great deal of time in the East Wing, where many of the classrooms are located. So this point here must be the East Wing. So where do we go? We started here, this part here I believe, where we built up on top, and if I'm honest, and again like I say, I hope I'm one of the most honest builders I try to be, I've got this part on backwards, as silly as it sounds. I've got that studs facing the other way, that pipe to the back. If you go back to the other window you might see that, I don't know. But anyway, I noticed and I persevered, took a few bricks out, changed it around, and now I've got it right. So that's that. And just looking at that as I'm slowly going up just for this first section, it looks pretty good, doesn't it? I think it looks really, really good. Like I say, we built it up basically in sections. Do that, the cone and the star. Once that's in place, you then start with our next building block here, which we now know all is complex, as the piece of writing said. It is the East Wing. The add-on of the roof, the spires, and then we came to this part here, made really from there. That's the best way of me trying to show you. That's about right. My finger from there to there was that. It just slits on in place. Absolutely amazing. Nice little build up. Blink, 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 blink. Roof, as you can see, no problems with that, with a little spire, little blocks. Looks absolutely cracking, doesn't it? And that's it really. Like I say, these are quite small bags. It doesn't take 10 or even 20 minutes, and for me that's quick, because I'm not the fastest builder in the world. I think I said that before. I like my building, but you know, I'm not a 100-mile-an-hour person. And with that, like I say, we've only got now 4 bags left. Next one will be bag 19. But as we've come to the end of bag 18, I'd just like to say, if you do like what we're doing, if you like what you're watching, please give us that thumbs up. Put a comment in that box for me, whatever, about the build, about my performance, and I keep saying it. Anything I can do better, anything that you actually like what I'm doing, just put it in that comments box. And if you want to follow us on to the next step and the steps that are on beyond that, please click on that subscribe button. And with that, I'm going to say, my name is Kev. I am Square Ghost, and I'll see you all on the flip side. Part 19, bag 19. So here we have all the contents of part 19, bag 19, mostly sandy coloured for a building, as you can see. And we got normal grills, couple of circle holes there, that's for some pins later, Technic pins. Some grills, some big greys, little black pole, there's your Technic pins, some bits more, and there's there. So with that, let's get on with our build. So this is the end of part 19, bag 19, and we've basically built this tower here. Now if you just hang on a second, I've got a piece of information to read you. Back again, and it says the following. You might think the main tower would be the tallest point of Hogwarts Castle, but it is actually the astronomy tower, and that's where it ends. So all we've been doing this section is build up this tower through the middle, nice solid base, then putting the greebling on, the grills, the nice side like sort of not quite quarter circle bricks, the decorative 1x2s with the x-axis that's not really needed. As you can see, holes the other side, hole at the top, at the back. I don't know if they'll be filled in or what, but it's really good, and I've really enjoyed building it, so Bag 20 should be interesting. With that, let me just say, if you like what I'm doing, please just click that thumbs up, give us that like, don't forget to drop a comment in the box, and if you can, if you want to follow us on the remainder of this journey, which is 3 bags left, please click on that subscribe button. My name's Kev, I am Square Ghost, and I'll see you all on the flip side. Part 20, bag number 20. And so here we have the contents to part 20, bag 20. We've got some little whites, a little bit of that funny coloured brown, bronzy brownie, some greys, light and dark. We're going to be doing another building by the looks of it, and a little bit of green, so not too much. Let's crack on with that build. So here we are with the completion of part 20, bag 20, and it's been a nice little unit. We've started off by making this piece here across, little top look, little door or stained glass windows or whatever on top of each other. We then slowly but surely came across, put the 2 greens on, across. We then came across from the side buildings again here, and then finally just came out here. Plain little builds, nothing special, nothing to shout out about. That's why I've not shown you the actual build itself, nothing to stand out and jump and grab you. Just a nice little build. And with 2 bags left, you can see it really is taking shape. I mean, I think bag 21 will more or less finish off the building stages. We then have greenhouses, we have the ship and the flying carriage to go, with the little architect of Hogwarts, of course, the little gold minifig. So I hope you're enjoying that. That's what you've got to see. If you like it, please just click on that thumbs up button, and drop a comment in the comments box like I always ask, if it's no trouble, if you feel like it. And then also, if you want to follow us to the eventual completion of this nice build, this Harry Potter castle and grounds, Hogwarts, then please press that subscribe button. We've only got 2 bags left. We'll have a final review, and that will be that. So with that, you know what I'm going to say. My name is Kev. I am Square Ghost, and I'll see you all on the flip side. Part 21, bag 21. So here we have the contents of the penultimate bag, bag 21, with some of those roofing slopes, a little bit of that funny brownie colour, one tower curved thing slope there, some white, and quite a bit of the sand colour, and some of them trees, and a lot of that glassy cheese slopes. Well, I think it's for 1x1, bricks, tiles, whatever you want to call them. Okay, let's crack on. So we've just built up this corner section here, put the roof on, as you can see, I hope, and then we have another piece of information on the build plans. So here we go. Hogwarts is a huge castle where it can be tricky to find your way. But did you know that the castle has 142 staircases? With the staircases constantly changing, it doesn't make it easier finding your way around. On we go. So we have just completed part 21, bag 21, which was basically all about building the greenhouses and putting in a few extra plants and the borders. There's another piece of one of those factual information pieces on the build plans, which I'm about to read now. So here goes, while I try and do steady calm as best as possible. The greenhouses are where Professor Sprout, head of Hogwarts Herbology Department, guides students safely through the care and use of magical plants. Now, if only everyone would use their earmuffs. And obviously you'll know about that if you watched Harry Potter. If you hadn't, spoiler coming, turn off now if you don't want to know. Well, if you pull them mandrakes out of the pots, what happens? They scream. So that's why they need earmuffs. So like I say, very quick recap. We built the greenhouses, which are diagonal slopes, onto sets there. Once they were on and installed, we had to put the borders on. I had more problems with the borders than anything else, and the only reason I had the problem with the borders is the alignment of these cheese slopes. Once I managed to wriggle about for a few minutes, once I got the alignments, everything went on fine, no problems, done, dusted, finished. But it was a little bit trying to begin with. Plus, as I say, you know, I don't really do well with small parts, as I say, sausage fingers and all that. And then finally, of course, we added the last few plants here, couple there, and that, and whatever that is there. I think it's where either the flying ship maybe will come from. I'm only guessing that before anybody says anything. And that's the end of that part. So if you like what I'm doing, please give us a thumbs up, hit that like button, comment in the box, tell me what you think of the greenhouses. You know, are these little clear glass cheeses good enough? Should there be anything underneath to promote a bit of colour? Don't know, maybe a single stutted different colour tile. Maybe I'm going over the top, quite possibly. If you want to follow us to the actual conclusion, is the next bag 22, then please click on that subscribe button and we'll see where it takes us. After that, you'll have the, as I say, the finish of the build, then the review, and then we'll see what comes next. It's not been decided yet, so who knows. And with that, you know what I'm going to say. My name is Square Ghost. My real name is Kev, and I'll see you all on the flip side. Part 22, bag 22, and this is the final bag and the completion of Hogwarts, the Castle and Grounds set. So here we go, here are the contents of the last bag. This is part 22, bag 22, and it's the other things that are added, I think, to the actual miniature of the castle and the grounds. Sorry, I'm skipping again into bits of blue, grey, that taffy ochre, some nice orange, red. There it is for the special architect of Hogwarts. And we've got some more clear, some white, some blacks, and finally some browns. So let's get on with the build. So we've just made the Whomping Willow, and with the cart look at that stuck on there, lovely little, just a few tiles built there, a couple of the tree elements, the plant elements to stick to plants on, absolutely awesome. And there is an information thing on the plans, so here goes. It says the Whomping Willow was planted to give Professor Lupin a safe escape during his full moon werewolf episodes actually. It hides a secret tunnel leading to the Shrieking Shack where Lupin would stay until he transformed back into human form. Rock and roll. So I've just completed the lovely little build of the Durmstrang ship, and I've got 2 bits of information for you to listen to. So here we go. I'm going to try and do it nice and steady as I can. The magical Durmstrang ship was used to travel between the Durmstrang Institute and Hogwarts for the Triwizard Tournament. But have you ever wondered how the ship got from the North Sea into the Black Lake? Now, it's followed by, once the ship is in place like it is now, it says the Durmstrang ship arrived in the lake through a magical shortcut created between the lake and the other bodies of the water. Truly magical. On we go. And here we go with another one, and it is the Bowbuttons carriage, and we've got a lovely piece of information, and then I'll just quickly go over the build. The information is as follows. The Pegasus of the Bowbuttons carriage is built with white Lego horn and leaf elements. Notice the reins? They are actually magically transformed candle holders. There they go, you can see them. Just studs put in. Very, very simple, small build. But doesn't it look good? Well, I think it looks good anyway. Not long to the end now, folks. And there he is, the architect of Hogwarts in all his glory, his beard, sorry for the knock, the robes, he's holding the plans. Nice little back look there. I'm just turning around till he goes on, and then we'll have a proper look once he's installed in his place. Lovely eyes, I love the beard. Absolutely amazing. And the final, I think, bit of information is as follows. The architecture of Hogwarts Castle minifigure was created exclusively for this set with a new beard element and Hogwarts model and blueprint scroll, which is what I said, in his hands. So it's a special beard, even though his head needs lining up a bit better, which I'll do in a moment. Excellent. So we've just added a little tray with some stuff on, as you can see, and it says the architect of the Hogwarts castle was active in the years around the turn of the 10th century. Not much is known about his life or other works. So there you have it. So here we go for the completion of part 22, bag 22, and the end of book 2. Yes, it's finally complete, but first let's get into the details of what we've done on this particular part. We started off by making the Whomping Willow with Ron's dad's car, as you can see. A nice little build, not that many bricks, but it looks to scale, if you know what I mean, which is the main thing, isn't it? Weeping Willow looks good, and really enjoyed building it. Didn't take long, and then from that we went to the boats, the Durmstrang ship, and this was a lovely little build here where we started with the things here, the actual ship, the bow of the ship itself, yeah, and the nose of the ship, the masts, and I even got one little bit wrong, didn't follow the plans correctly, that's typical me, but it was easy enough to do. Just went back and checked and everything was fine. Again, look at the colours, look at how it looks. I mean, it really does look, you know, and you get close to it. You can see it bobbing through the waves. And like I say, it was a good little build. I enjoyed that one. And I'm trying to do this in order. Then we did the carriage with the girls in, the bow something. Can't remember. Terrible, getting old. And you can see the little bits here sticking in, stings on a clear pin, as you can see there, the clear thing. As I read there and said, the flowers are supposed to be the flying horsey type creatures. Can't remember what they're called neither. I'm doing really good for this little review for this party time. But again, it looks very, very good to my liking. I really do. You know, it's, when you look at that, oh, look at that for a shot. Really, really good. I'm impressed with that. Doesn't take a lot to impress me. Again, when you look at the chandelier part, I think that's quite funny there, like as in the reins, as they called it at the party, if you remember me reading it out, if anybody watched that earlier on in this video. But yeah, again, really, really enjoyable. Once that was up and on, it was time for the last piece, and here he is, the architect of Hogwarts. I did two little pieces of him. I think here he is now in his full glory, and let's take a closer look. There he is in his beard, nice printed taffeta there on his hat. No stickers in this set whatsoever, which is brilliant. Then you have his tray with his different things on, his architectural scroll of Hogwarts, nice printed design on his cloak and robes. Yeah, it looks really, really good. Trying to get the back of him for you all. And this is why we do things earlier on, so as you get to see the ins and outs. And as they say, not a lot was known about the architect, and there was lots of things about Hogwarts that people didn't know about. But like I say, the two little builds, putting him on the actual pedestal, putting him to the board, and that was it really. That was the end of this particular bag, the end of the set. And if you like with that, if you like what I'm doing, please press that like button and drop a few comments in the comment section if you'd like to, if you got time, just to say what you think of the set. What do you think of the architect of Hogwarts? What do you think of his new moulded beer piece, which is what they said, a new moulded beer piece, which is nice. And if you want to follow us on these travels, we've got the full review coming up in the next video, and then of course whatever the next build's going to be, I don't think there's a decision yet. In fact, I know there's not a decision yet. Please click that subscribe button, and I'm sure there'll be something along the lines that all of you will get yourselves into and enjoy. And with that, my name is Kev, I am Square Ghost, and I'll see you all on the flip side. So, hello and welcome to the full build review of Hogwarts Castle and Grounds. And it took me 3 or 4 nights to actually build this together. No rush few bags every so often. All went together okie dokie and well, and I'm just going to now slowly but surely go through the actual build process, the goods, the bads, not that there's many bads, and then a final overall, what do you think, have a look. So of course we started off with the plate build, and I'm not meaning the edging here, the black edging, I'm on about the actual plates itself. And it basically built it up in little sections, and we started off with the Chamber of Secrets section here. I must admit I was a bit skeptical at first, because every section is like, say, a 6x8 or something like that, and they're all joined together to make one big base plate. There is one bigger base plate in the middle, but I thought it was going to be extremely flimsy. Totally wrong with that. Everything fits together nicely. Bricks on top of bricks makes it a lot more stable, and away you go. It is absolutely amazing. So as I say, the first part is the Chamber of Secrets, and there you can actually see him. Oh, I'm impressed with that. You can see the snake, and you can see Salazar slithering out, I think. Then nice little build, no problems. The only thing that I think I said in this particular build that I think would have been nice is maybe some lights, or a couple of light bricks that Lego could have put in to light certain parts, and I think this one would have been a good one, where you actually got to see Salazar Slytherin's, like he's like a concrete face into, or whatever you want to call it, like a statue, but it's only his head really. That would have brought it out more to the attention, but other than that, that was that. Then we went along, and then we had the Devil's Snare. Again, not too much, the shout little thing. The Book of Keys, the Room of Keys, what am I about, was next. See them slowly going around building each section up. The chest room came next, which again, nice little build, built it up, bump, 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 to the plate, plates on plates. We then had the Mirror of Essihad, which I hope you can see there. Again, nice little build, everything okie dokie dokie. And then we finished off with the Potions class room. They're printed again, there's no stickers in this set, I'm repeating myself, so, and it looks pretty good, doesn't it? So after, again, we keep going around here, and we started to do the side foundations until we'd actually got the foundations in. Then, and this will be quite difficult, I imagine, for you, is you've got to, if you go back in the videos, you'll see that, imagine there's no castle, and then we start to build up these side decoration all the way around here. Again, all this is built up, and then finally it is flat plated. So there's no castle, remember, it's just flat plated. Positions are put in where the castle sits on the plates later, so as you add to it. And then basically that is the end of book one, really. There is some little bits of blue, excuse my fingers in the way, where the lighter blue colour is added, and there's the nice printed Hogwarts castle tile, if you like, 1x8, 1x10, whatever it is. And like I say, we're on about the light blue. And then of course we move straight away to book 2, and the first thing we do, I think, is the boathouse. either that or that could be the end. Again, please don't be forgotten to refer back to the other videos, and you'll see it in what I call greater detail for each step. And then we did the Great Hall, and again this was a lovely little build. It looks good, it is good. The quad part, printed bricks again, or tiles, whichever way you want to call it. The little posts give it the definition of what it is. You've got a door or windows coming out the back. I think it's windows actually. And that was that really. And then the next step, of course, we go to building the tower, and there is the tower. Fun build, quarter pieces. I'm just trying to find a good shot here. Bum 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 bum. And then this little piece here was an interesting build of the angle, if you can see the angle to it, just to build it up, to give it some definition before the spire, and away you go. We then went on to the quad. They call it the quad. I'm going to stand up for a minute here. That's better. Won't let me. There's a shot of looking down over the quad, which I think is quite good. Where the students gather sometimes, going to the different places, different rooms. And again, it was a nice build. Putting the roofy tiles on was pretty good. Spires, curbs, no problems with the bricks, no problems with the fitting. Little bridgeway went on next there, and then we did another a part that really made me chuckle really, because we went on now, and I think it was here, and this was classed as the girls' toilets, which I thought was extremely funny. Nice little build with the circular bricks building all the way up. Build up that middle piece, connect them all together, put the roof on, and away you go. Nice printed tile, which I hope you can see there. I think it's a clock on the top. We also had the decoration of trees or whatever, and then we started to come across and down. We started with this section here, built up again. It comes off the toilet section. I actually managed to get it the wrong way around first time, like an idiot. Had to change it round where I'd put that stud was looking backwards and blah blah. But again, take your time, look at your plans, and you'll get there in the end, like I did, with no problems. At the end of the day, I turned it around, changed a few bricks, and away it went. Then we built this lovely tower, and I don't know if, I think actually, I'm just going to skip back and say, I think that tower is Dumbledore's, or Dumbledore's office I should say, is in that tower towards the top. Whether this is the observatory tower here, I don't know. There's a possibility of it being. Again, it was a lovely little build, up and down, up and down. Look at that, using the axle 1x2s, you know, just as decoration. Nice little added on pieces for decoration. Same with the other side, with the spires here that just click on. Very, very intricate, very good build. Like how they just pushes together to create the roof effect. And then again, it just, you build that up and then it just pushes into place and you're there. And then it's a matter of building up and around that tower. And again, I had no problems whatsoever. The printed tiles again, looking absolutely fantastic. I love how the windows look. I really, really do. And like I say, we just built round. You build obviously the body and the places first. The places are there for them to slip into position. Obviously the roof comes last, and then the spires. Again, lots of printed stuff, lots of little greebling, is it, where you know the little bits just stand out. Little hole there that goes all the way through, which is a nice added touch. More plants, we'll come to them in a minute. So actually, once this section was made and slipped into position, that was the end of your main castle build, really. Absolutely done, finished, lovely. Then came the Weeping Willow. I showed that in the earlier video as well. Interesting with the car. It looks good, like the little tower effects, and the actual tree itself looks good. Lovely little build. Really enjoyed doing it, actually, getting it in, getting the, you know, the little slot there, clicks over, bump, bump, absolutely perfect. From there, I have also, the greenhouses were a little bit of a pain in respect of they went on fine. When I came to putting the actual plates on, the alignment was a little bit hard to get them clicked on and all right. It took me a couple of minutes just to fiddle about, but that's just me getting it. That's nothing to do with the set. They went okay. Same with the middle part there, exactly the same. There's nothing there. You can see right through. You can see the door. It all looks pretty good. Then came the Durmstrang ship, and this was another lovely little build. I will just go off on a tangent here and say, which I know I've missed, when we added the extra dark blue tiles, I mean, it just adds to the texture. The clear bricks, as if the ship's coming out of the water. But I mean, looking at the contrast between the light blue and the dark blue, it looks really, really, a lot of time and thought's gone into this. I must be honest and say, whoever the builder is, the designer, he took a lot of good time to do what he's done. The ship itself, only a little build, building obviously the body of the ship first, bow, the stern, and then finally the masts, and it looks, if you've anybody who's watched the films, it's not that bad to say. It's a mini version. Remember, this is miniature size, absolutely top how. From the ship we went to the bow battens, is it? Carriage with a winged, whatever you want to call them, festrals. Is it festrals? I could be wrong, so don't shout at me if I'm wrong. But at the end of the day, you can see it looks really, really, look at that, absolutely. You know, and like I say, for these videos is going to be something to look back on and say, do you know what? I actually built that, and I love that shot. It's a cracking shot. Stand away a little bit and look at that. And then there was only one thing left to do, really, and that was the architect of Hogwarts. And here he is in all his glory. Not a lot known about him. Obviously stick the minifig together. As I said in an earlier one, we have a new moulded beard piece for this figure. Love the pattern on his hat. That's about the best we're going to get it in this light, which is okay. And then of course we've got the little tray thing that we made up with his things on, and his architectural scroll of Hogwarts. And that was really that. It was done, it was finished, and this is the view that you are getting. It is absolutely, and I can try and get it as best in frame as I possibly can, and I will gently spin it round for you. You can see, and I can say, I'll keep saying this again and again and again, I'm not a master builder. I'm learning all the time. I build for fun and enjoyment, and I'm enjoying making a record of these builds bag by bag on YouTube, not only for you to see, but for me to look back and see in years to come, hopefully, fingers crossed. I will stand up and give you that view, because I think that is another lovely view of the castle and the grounds. And you know what I'm going to say now, if you like this video, if you like the videos that have gone by, please give us a like, click on that like button, that thumbs up, put some comments in the little box just to say, what do you think of the build in general? How do you think I've been on my videos? Have I given it enough detail? Am I pants? By all means, comment in the box if you think I am. And if you want to follow us on this journey with the other builds that we've got coming up, please click on that subscribe button. Still don't know what's next, but we'll be back soon enough, don't you worry about that. If I have got any Harry Potter fans here, there'll be loads more new Potter to come. We've got the big castle, actually. That's still to be made. We've also got the 2 extension pieces, and I think that runs into around about 20,000 pieces in full, or close to it. It's either 19,000 or 21,000 pieces. So when that build starts, I mean, it's going to be a massive undertaking, but that is a long way in the future. That'll be sometime next year in theory. Lots of big mocks coming, lots of nice normal Lego coming, some alternate Lego building sets, not Lego but other companies, Potter, Star Wars, Star Trek, modulars. I'll keep going. Anyway, just to say again, a big thank you for watching. Anybody who's still here, still watching, following, enjoying, that's what it's all about. My name is Kev. I am Square Ghost, and I'll see you all on the flip side.